everybody. It is the top of the hour, so I want to get started. All right, we're just going live here on Facebook, everyone who's on the phone. Hi, everyone. Welcome to July. Here we are. It is July. Can you believe it? Can you believe we are already here in July? I can't believe it. It's so weird. What a weird year. What a weird, crazy year we've had. But I am so excited to be with all of you today because I really am so thrilled to give you five. I was looking at things and I was looking at what could I give you that would be really helpful, really meaningful, that would help you go into the holidays with some information and something that you can actually use to really look at, okay, where are you in relationship to these five categories? So today I want to give you five lessons that you can learn from my clients who have lost over 40 pounds, who are seeing great weight loss results this year. And I was trying to think about all my amazing clients. Many of you will probably pop in here. And I was thinking about all your little faces and thinking about, okay, what are all of you doing that's making the biggest difference? And if you want to lose weight too, and you want to see really great results without dieting, then I want to inspire you. I want to give you information. I want to give you these amazing tools so that you know what you can do to lose weight and keep on your journey. So I thought it'd be really fun. First, I wanted to say hi to all of you. Hi, everybody joining. Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Tam. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Lizzie. So happy to have all of you. I know it is a holiday week, and I'm so glad that you were able to make it. I want to say a belated birthday to Tam. We're so excited. It was so fun to celebrate you on Monday. Hope you had a great birthday. So let's jump in. Let's get started in looking at the five things that I've been seeing with my clients who are losing weight, losing over 40 pounds, seeing amazing results, and they're not dieting. So what is it that they're doing? Lesson number one, they realize that weight loss is a journey more about the mind than with food. So they realize that weight loss is a journey about the mind over a food journey. And so you might want to write this down. This is really important. When you think that you're broken or you think that things are not working for you as it relates to food or your body or weight, oftentimes we think this is simply we're doing something that's broken. We're not working things out. We should change our food. We should change what we're doing. And instead, every single person that I thought about who's lost 40 pounds this year, they really, really got that this is a mind journey over a food journey. And by making that shift, they were able to keep looking at, okay, what are they doing? What could they do to help assist their actions? But when you come from weight loss, instead of it being just about food, but about how we're relating to food, what we're thinking about, how we're addressing cues or triggers or boredom eating or emotional eating, when you get that it's more of a mental journey than it is a food journey, it really, one, changes the whole dynamic. It changes the whole process of losing weight because then you come at it from the standpoint of, I need to look at my mind. I need to heal what's happening in my head and the conversations I'm having and the relationship I'm having emotionally and psychologically with myself so that I can lose weight. This is important. Not everybody really gets this. Many people in the diet community think that it is simply about changing the food, and it's not. It's about changing your mind that creates the relationship with food, that creates the relationship with movement, that creates the relationship with where you want to go. But if you don't have your mind set up properly, or you don't have it really set up in a way to know that this is a journey of the mind over just the journey with food or your body, then it's going to be more challenging. You're going to keep thinking that you're broken and it has to do with specifically what you're eating. And that is not what I see, especially those of you who are emotional eaters. You know that this has to do with less about food, but why you're turning to food. And for those of you who are emotional eaters, turn to food for emotional reasons, eat because you are sad or bored or tired or lonely or feel something and you're reaching for food for those reasons, it's imperative that you get that this is more of a mind journey than a food journey. So that's number one. Number two, they learn how to honor their bodies. They learn that this is more of a journey about tuning in to this than tuning in to just this. So when this gets on right, now we can start moving our attention to our body and having them work in harmony together. Most everyone I thought of, I was like, okay, let me think of my clients who've lost 40 pounds this year or more. And they all tuned into their body. They know, okay, this is a mindset journey. And now I need to understand what my body actually wants and needs versus what my mind needs. And I've always said it like this, like in order to lose weight, you've got to separate your emotions from the food. Your emotions need to be dealt with in an emotional way. Food needs to be dealt with in a physical way. And so by tuning in and listening and understanding hunger, satiation, slowing down, are you actually satisfied? Are you enjoying your food? When you really start to connect this in, then you start to see weight loss. You start to see those results. But you can't just overeat and then go, oh, well, I better eat healthier foods. You can overeat on celery. When you're putting more food in your body than your body needs, then your body will hold on to it. And so my clients who've lost 40 pounds have really listened to hunger, their satiation, and they've practiced it over and over and over and over and over again. Are they perfect at it? No. Are they trying to be perfect at it? No. They just get better and better and better with it so that they keep getting on and trying it out, getting on, trying it out, and feeling into their body and really get clear of their body's signals. What is their body saying? What does hunger actually look like? What are the different levels of hunger? What are the different levels of satisfaction? What does it mean when my head wants food, but my body doesn't want food? What does it mean when my mouth feels hunger? What does it mean when my head experiences hunger? They start to dismantle these pieces and then start to see weight loss. And so that's really key. So the first is they realize that weight loss is a journey about the mind over a food journey. Then they get connected into their body. So their mind and body are working in harmony. And then number three, they become intimate with their mind and the inner workings of their head. They look at why they're turning to food. Why is it they want to eat late at night? What's going on to trigger them to want to turn to food when all of a sudden they get in a fight with their significant other? They look at, wow, something stressful at work and I really want to turn to food. What's going on? They become intimate. They become really intimate with this process of understanding who they are and what they're about and what they want for their life and their body. They get intimate with their thoughts. I don't know about you, but one of the things that I learned growing up was like, oh, bad feeling, stuff it away. Don't feel it. Don't become intimate with it. Push it down. And that's why I used to use food, is I used to use food to push those down, push those feelings down, not experience the feelings. And that was actually why I was using food, so that I didn't have to experience my feelings. But in order for me to see long-term weight loss results, and in order for my clients who've lost gobs of weight this year and in the last 20 some years, They realize they have to get intimate with what's actually happening inside of them. Or there's this disconnect. There's this space between them and their feeling body. And because they don't like the feeling body, they push it away using food. And that never, ever, ever works. So when you can start to bring the discomfort in of your feelings, of the unfamiliar territory of what's actually going on inside of you and inside of your mind, and start looking at it without judgment, without harshness, without feeling like you're a failure, without any of that judgment, you can then look at this information as just that, information. It's these details inside of our hearts, inside of our soul that we can look at without having to really jump into seeing ourselves as bad or wrong or different. But we get intimate with our emotions, intimate with what's actually happening in here and in here. So do you start to see the alignment that my clients who have lost over 40 pounds this year start to be less and less fearful of their emotions, less and less fearful of their physical signals, and less fearful of their mental thoughts and feelings. So what happens is that they start to line up, and that's where we see really beautiful weight loss. Now, it's not to say that they don't make errors and that they're not, there aren't struggle bus moments. There are. So number 4 is that they have a community. Every single one of my clients has a community, whether that is being part of the inner circle, connecting with me, connecting outside of the inner circle, making these friendships. They have community. They have a space that they can say, I just really messed up, or today was an awful day, or today I had a loved one die and I want to go eat my face off, or today something happened at work and it threw me off and all I want to do is eat. And so I did, but I'm committing to all of you and just sharing with all of you that I did this and here's what I'm doing to get back. There's something about my clients who have lost over 40 pounds. They show up and they stay in the conversation of this work. They stay in community. They stay wanting to make this happen over and over and wanting to share. I think of it like this, like the naturally thin, because that's who I've studied, right? I've studied the naturally thin. And I think of it like a language. And I think of it as though if I wanted to learn this language, like any language that I've learned, if I don't keep it up, if I don't keep staying in the conversation, it's going to slip and it's going to go away. So similarly, the thin language, the thin conversation, thinking thin, feeling thin, eating naturally thin, all of these, putting them together is like a language. And so what I see with my clients who have lost over 40 pounds this year is they just keep coming back to strengthen their language abilities of being thin. They just keep coming back. They keep coming back. Do they fall? Yep. And then they just keep coming back. They don't take themselves out of the game when they fall. They don't. They just keep coming back. So they have community, huge part of this, huge part. Like I know every single one of my inner circle members. I know for the majority of them who are really active, I know what's going on, where they're at, what they're struggling with, where their challenges are, whether it's like nighttime eating or work stress or family stress, or they're really hard on themselves and their inner dialogue is really, really that's, it's like they take themselves out of the game because of their inner dialogue. Maybe they've had a trauma. Maybe they're perfectionistic in their thinking. And so that's where they really struggle. Some of them have had parents that wanted them to be very specific and very a certain way and look a certain way. And so they're working through all of that. I know that because we're part of a community because I know what they're going through. I know their wins. When I say on Friday, what are your wins? What's going on? What's happening? They tell me, they share with me, they keep coming to these calls on Wednesday. And then in this inner circle, they have Monday and Friday calls. They keep coming back. And those clients that are losing weight keep making it happen. They keep staying in the conversation of being naturally thin and being in community. I cannot stress this enough. There's so much research looking at community and weight loss, and that when you're doing it in partnership with at least one other person, the results are magnificently higher than if you're doing it alone. And so there's no question that those that are losing weight, I obviously know about them, right? I know what's going on with them. I know how they're showing up. I know how they're engaged with me. My private clients who have lost over 40 pounds, what's so cool about them is that they, those that I hear from all the time is we Marco Polo back and forth. It's like video chat. And they'll say, I'm having a question, or what do I do about this? Or what do I need about this? What are your thoughts about here? Or I'm really struggling today. And they get back into action. Okay. So community and getting back into action. What else do I want you to know? Okay, so one, they realize that weight loss is a journey about the mind over a food journey. They learn how to honor their bodies from a physical standpoint, starting to go within and listen, just like you listen every single day with having to go to the bathroom. They start listening to what their bodies actually are wanting, and from a food standpoint, and listening and honoring that, they became intimate with their mind, looking at what they need to do without judgment. That's number 3. They become intimate with their mind without judgment. They start to see what's happening. It's almost like watching their mind play out on a movie and not judging it, but going, wow, that thought is not supporting me. That way of being is not really working for me. I really could adjust. If I just make this small adjustment, this will really help me. But it's not about dieting. You see that? You see that I haven't talked at all about they're only eating vegetables. They're only eating protein. None of them are eating carbs. I have absolutely, for the majority of them, I have absolutely no idea what they're actually eating on a day-to-day basis. A few I know that they prefer something, or they're having an inflammatory response to something, so they made adjustments. But they became the decision makers over their food versus feeling like a diet is making the decision for them. Does that make sense? It's a huge differentiator between saying like, oh, this diet is telling me what to eat versus I want to eat this, and I'm actually going to eat it in a way where I'm not going to overeat, binge on it, take myself out of the game because I can't usually have it. There's no good food, bad foods with any of the work that any of them have done to lose weight. Number 4, they have community. And I wrote also in here, like, they have support and accountability. Having that support, having the accountability to know, okay, guys, what's happening? Where did you do well this week? Where did you not do well? What are you struggling with? What's your focus on for this week? Helps them have a focus, have a plan. I really think this is so important, the community piece. And I also think that I'll tell you another thing that they are getting really, really good at, those that have lost over 40 pounds, is losing the judgment. Really good at starting to lose the judgment and bring up this positive self-talk. Like looking at when you become intimate with your thoughts in your inner world, you see, wow, I'm saying this to myself. I'm saying I look fat every time I go by a mirror. I'm saying I look like crap. I'm saying these things, and they're not supporting me to lose weight. So what could I say that's believable, but that will actually move the dial up a bit so that I start to feel better? A 5th thing that they've done is they've stepped out of their comfort level. They've stepped out of their comfort zone, not by massive amounts, by teeny steps. So one of my clients who I'm thinking of is someone who was doing a little bit of swimming, and then with coronavirus, everything shut down, right? And so she couldn't swim anymore. She was like, okay, what do I have available in my home that I could do from a movement standpoint? And she started riding her bike, little rider bike. And she was like, oh, I kind of like that. I'm just going to go around the block. I'm just going to go just do a little bit. Then that became a few more minutes, and that became a few more minutes, and then that became miles, and then that became more miles. And that turned into, I want to now get biking shoes, clip-ins. And oops, I just fell in my clip-ins, right? Out of your comfort zone. And I'm going to get right back up and I'm going to clip in again and get better at that. Do you see? It's like, it wasn't like, oh, I'm going to become this biker. That was not her intention at first. It was like, I'm going to just do a little bit of movement in a comfortable way, tiny outside of her comfort level, tiny, like in a doable way, I should say, in a doable way outside of her comfort zone. And then that led to more and more and more and more and more. And now she's like, I mean, like every time I Marco Polo her, I'm like, oh my God, your face just totally looks entirely different. Like she's just totally changed her body. And the one thing I see so much with those that have lost over 40 pounds is they keep coming back. They have negative self-talk. They want to take themselves out of the game. They have these moments that just happen because that's what's been happening for 40 years or 30 years or 20 years or 5 years, depending on how long they've wanted to lose weight or been on this journey. But then they know, okay, I'm just going to keep working with my mind. Let's go. Because they know, number one, this is a mind journey over a food journey. Okay? So then the last thing that all of them did, and all of you, let me see. I want to see who's here. Not live. Hi, guys. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Donna. Hi, Judith. Hi, Miss Tam. Hi, Emily. So happy to have you. Sorry if I missed anybody. Thanks so much. Kathy, I'm so glad these are helping you today. You're back in. Yeah, I mean, you just have to know that, Janie, no problem. Catch the recording. Gotcha, girl. You've been kicking booty. Keep it up. It's the last thing that every single one that I was thinking of. Now, there may be a few that I missed, but every single one that I was thinking of did the 30-day challenge. Most of them started that way with me. Why? Why is that? Well, the 30-day challenge starts with really looking at, what do you want? What do you want to create for your weight in your body? Like, we create the vision. Then we go right into starting to eat thin. Right into that way of eating. Okay? We're going to start eating in a new way. And we start practicing it. And then with the 30-day challenge, we look at, all right, we're practicing eating thin, and our mind starts taking us out of our game. We call it our inner 2-year-old. Our inner 2-year-old starts taking us out of our game. What then do you do? There's something so powerful about being in a group with 50, 60, 70, I don't know how many people are going to do the next 30-day challenge, no clue, about that are all working really hard to be committed to their bodies, working through their mind, and really trying to honor what's going on inside of them. And one of the things that's so cool about the 30-day challenge, there's no judgment. So I think that starts the path in a really positive way. There's absolutely no judgment. We're not judging each other. We're not judging the process. We're exploring it. And we're not making anybody wrong if somebody's lost 10 pounds and another person's lost 3 pounds and another person hasn't lost any weight yet. We just keep moving it forward. Move it forward, move it forward, move it forward, move it forward. And the thing that is so, so cool about it too is then there's an accountability piece. Each day in the 30-day challenge, most days, I would say maybe 25 out of 30, I'll have you come in and say mission complete. So there's something about seeing yourself saying mission complete, like I completed today's mission, that, and there's something so cool when you see a whole lot of people saying mission complete, mission complete, mission complete, mission complete. There's something where you go, oh my God, I want to also complete this mission. I'm going to do this. And then the thing that we always say in the 30-day challenge, guys, many of you have taken the 30-day challenge with me. We always say, what do we say? I might fall, I might stumble, I may crash and burn, but I will not quit on myself ever again. When we put that into the 30-day challenge, when I decided that I wanted that to be part of the 30-day challenge, I was very intentional about that because I know what it's like to, and it makes me almost want to cry, like to want to give up on myself, to want to say, screw it. I know what it's like to want to just say, I am sick of this. Let me just starve myself, or let me just only eat vegetables. But I also know what it's like to do that and then gain the weight back and then some. And I know this is a mind journey. So when we mentally start saying to ourselves, sometimes for the first time in a long, long, long time in this area, I am not giving up on myself. There's something that is just really magical about that saying and about that journey and about saying it each and every week to reinforce to your brain, you're not giving up on yourself. You can do this. You can make it happen. And I was looking at what are these common themes that all my clients who've lost 40 pounds, what have they done? What's going on? And I was like, well, it's really interesting. They have this process that like almost everybody I could think of has gone through to either start the journey or up the journey up. There's some people who were part of the inner circle and they were like, oh, okay, I'm going to try the 30-day challenge. And there were people who were, part of like the home study and they're like, I want to try the 30-day challenge, or I've done this something before and now I want to do it again. I want to reignite this energy inside of me. And when they do that, there's something that happens when you're committed to something for 30 days. And it's interesting. It's like 30 days can feel long and it can feel really, really short. And when you have a community working to help you with your mind, it's really powerful. So I was looking at, why does the 30-day challenge work so well? Why is it that so many people get results? And I was thinking, okay, what is it? We've got community. You can't fail. You can't fail. You cannot fail. You just pick yourself back up. This is not part of anything I do is failing. It's about learning. I do not judge you. I look at my actions personally and your actions as information for you to learn from. So you can't fail. We just go, oh, okay, you've kind of checked out for the last week. Let's look at why you're doing that. Let's look at what's going on. Instead of it making it wrong like you've done the last 20 years, let's look at what you can do to learn from that experience, from your actions, from your ways of being. So that's two. The thing that I always ask my 30-day members, like, what do you like best? What didn't you like? And I make adjustments for each challenge. One of the things that they all say that they like is that they like the interaction with me. They like this. And I got to tell you, I've told my inner circle members this, that I was really scared to do Facebook Lives or to do live work because I'm used to using my notes. I'm used to doing more audio because years ago there was no video, right? It was so janky and funky, and that's not how we did things back 20 some years ago. We did it in email or we did it in audio. And so to make the jump from writing or having my notes to being live was really scary. And then you know what my 30-day challenge members in January said? It's our favorite part. And then the April members said, it's our favorite part because we get to be in connection. You get to really know us. You get to really see what we're doing and what we're up to. And then you get to hold us accountable and give us some tough love sometimes when we fall off the wagon. And that's what they said they like most. So it's funny sometimes that your struggles might be your transformation. Your worries might be where exactly you need to go to transform. Yeah, Lizzie, thank you. I may fall, I may struggle, I may crash and burn, but I will never give up on myself again. Oh, it really is emotional to just like feel that way. Feel that way. Um, so I want you to just be thinking about whether or not the 30-day challenge, if you haven't taken it, is it something that you want to try out? If you've already taken it, then you get a discount. That's one of the cool things. If you're like, oh my God, I loved it, you can always take it and then do it again at a discount, which is really cool. Well, let me tell you some things that I also wrote down. Like, why does this work? I give 100% to my participants. The feedback that I got is that they really, really see that I care. And I think most of you have taken it, right? Like, you know that I really care about y'all, right? It's not, and I'll tell you why this is so important to me, that you all know that I care about you and that you know that I'm giving 100%. Over the last couple years, the last 2 years, I was really feeling burned out by my work. Reason being is my focus became about product creation and about, the business, and it left me making money but not feeling fulfilled. And I was feeling disconnected, and I was feeling like maybe I should close shop. Maybe this is like, I've done it for a long time. I've helped a lot of people, but maybe I should close shop. And the 30-day challenge, thank goodness it came along. What happened is I did a holiday challenge last year, and then I was like, oh, that was really fun. I think I'm going to do a 30-day challenge. And then I did the 30-day challenge, and I was like, this was amazing. The women in here are spectacular, and I have a renewed connection with so many new people that I care about, that I love, that I want to see succeed. And my husband and I talked a lot previous about, should I change jobs, careers, what should I do, da, 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 da. And I said, I don't want the focus to be about money anymore. I just don't. Of course, I need to, contribute and be paid for what I'm worth. That's all part of valuing and loving myself and caring about myself, right? Of course. But I don't want it to be that way anymore. I want it. And thank God my husband has a job, and it makes things a little easier for me, that I was like, I want this about making the biggest difference I can for women. Like, that is 100%. That's all I want to care about. That's all. That's it. That's all I want to do. And when I give a 30-day challenge, my whole family knows that whether you're in my inner circle or whether you're doing the 30-day challenge or one of my programs, like, I'm in. I'm 100% in. I care so much. And it's because I've made a very concerted effort this year to focus not on the money, not on the business. And I love business, but to focus on you, to focus on your results, and to really understand what each and every one of you are struggling with and how we can transform it to make the biggest difference. And one of the cool things that this has led me down a path of this year is really allowing my company to be led by all of you. You all share with me what you want and what you like and what you love, and then I create it. And that feels so different and so inspiring. And I cannot tell you how much excitement and love and passion I have for my work. I've always had passion for it. It's just that my connection now to it, my heart is about you all versus about growing the business, about making money. I don't care a lick about that, except for I need to be able to pay my, it's nice to make money. It's nice to make a difference. The only reason I care about growing my business is because I want to make a bigger difference. That's it. That's it now. And that switch for me has been remarkable, has been transformative. So yes, I appreciate making money. I appreciate having a business that provides for myself and my family here and there. And I just want you all to know that that is not why I do this. That is not what this year and years ahead, I can imagine, is about. It's not. Which is why I decided that every year, some of you are so new to me, you don't even know this, but every year I do a big event, a big 2-week event called Rewire Your Brain to Think Thin training series. And it takes so much of my time and so much of my energy. I make a ton of money. Like I make good money. It's like my biggest income generator of the year. I wouldn't say a ton, but I make good money and I'm not doing it because it doesn't align. I'd rather be with all of you, frankly. And I was like, if I do that event, it takes away from me doing the 30-day challenge. It takes away from me doing the inner circle the way I want to do it. It takes away from that. And I'm not willing to do that. And so I just want to share that with you because I want you to really know that if you enroll in the 30-day challenge or you know people who want to do the 30-day challenge, it is more to me about you than it is about me. And it's more about, I just want you to know where this is all coming from and how it got created and what my mission is and how it's changed because of how I've changed. So if you are interested in doing the 30-day challenge, all you have to do, just make sure you're on my wait list. Okay, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen over the next couple days. If you're on my wait list, and to get on my wait list, you just go to thinwithin.com. If you're on my wait list, here's what happens. Tomorrow, oh my God, tomorrow at 9 o'clock, I'll open the page up and you can join me for the 30-day challenge. Okay, the 30-day challenge starts on July 13th. That's the first day of the challenge. So we're going to have a week and a little bit here, and then we start on the 13th. And we'll go, obviously, for 30 days. If you've already taken, so that's for anybody on the wait list, okay, who's new. Now, if you've already taken it, and let's say you're like, I need a boost, I want to do another one, awesome. You get to enroll on Friday. And I'll send you an email on Friday at 9 o'clock in the morning to get pre-registered. I am not telling anybody, nobody else gets to register yet. Okay, so I get all of you all in. It helps me see where am I at? Do I want to let the rest of my community know? Do I want to, if all of my VIP spots are taken, then I know I need to share my message or do things differently or close down shop. So I open it up to those of you on my wait list because you all been waiting for a couple months now to get on this, right? It's been a while since I've done my last one. And some of you are asking, when will I do the next one? I don't know yet. I can only do one at a time because I'm so in the moment with all of you, because I'm letting so many of you create what I'm creating and be the facet, then that's what I'm doing this year. And I love it. So I don't know when my next one is because I haven't planned that far out. What I do know is that I know I've got this one coming up and I don't know when the next one will be. And so that's what's going to happen. So if you want to join me, you go to thinwithin.com. You go right in there. It'll say something like, get on the wait list. It'll say something funky like, for June or whatever, just hit that and get on the wait list. And then I'll let you know tomorrow when doors open. And then if you want to repeat it, those of you who've been part of my world and you want to repeat it again, then on Friday, I'll let you know what that you can join with a different code because you get a discount because you've taken it before. All I ask is any of you who want to repeat it, please don't share that link because you get that discount because you've done it before, okay? So that's what I have coming up. I am really excited about that. I'm really excited about creating and working with some repeats of you and some newbies to help really make a difference for you and your body. But let's look at what I shared in terms of, and I love it, so cute. I love Lizzie. You're so cute. The things that I find that help people lose weight. Okay. And I really want you to get this. I don't want this to be something that you're like, yeah. Another coach selling her 30-day challenge. No. Okay. If you join me for the 30-day challenge, amazing. If you don't join me for the 30-day challenge, I still want to help you. So here's what I want you to know. This is a mind journey over a food journey. Okay. It's a mind journey. Your mind tells you to overeat. Your mind tells you, I want to eat late at night. Your mind tells you to keep eating even though your body's satisfied. Your mind is the one that's in charge. right? It's also the one that tells you you look like crap, even though you've just lost 25 pounds. Or it's the one that's telling you you look like crap and it makes you feel terrible. It is a mind journey over a food journey. Okay, one. Two, they learned how to honor their bodies. They started really getting in touch what I learned from the Naturally Thin, which is hunger, satisfaction, how and when to eat, why to eat. They feel inside here. It's not external, it's internal in terms of how and what they eat. Okay, so that's two. Three, that alone is a really powerful, if you just did those two alone, you would lose weight. Absolutely. One or two, you lose weight. Then, number three, they became intimate with their mind. And I call this the inner 2-year-old. They became intimate with what that part of them wants. You know, that part of you that wants to eat chocolate and eat your face off, that wants to stuff your hand in a bag of chips and just watch TV, that wants to go to the movie theater. Remember those days? Wants to go to the movie theater and just eat popcorn and go mindless. That wants that. It got intimate they got intimate with, whoa, what's actually going on? What's happening in my mind? What is that? What is that actually reflective of that I need in my life? You know, if you're lonely every night and you're turning to food as your buddy, then we need to look at your loneliness. And we need to look at, can we get you some more buddies besides just food? Because if you have food and 4 other buddies, then you know what? We're going to cut that food down by 25%, by 75%, I should say. So so we look at that. They get intimate. 4, they have community. They have community. They have a place to turn and to connect and share. And I can tell you that during COVID and during when we were all on lockdown, I didn't know if anybody was going to be part of the inner circle or join me or do the 30-day challenge. And I can tell you that 30-day challenge in the inner circle for many of us was a real soft place to land, a place to cry, a place to feel, a place to share, a place to really be connected. And if you need a place, please look at getting yourself connected with a supportive community. There's something really powerful about a community that supports you and that holds you accountable. And in that community, that's what we, at least in the inner circle, that's what we do. Also in the 30-day challenge, but then long-term in the inner circle. Let me see. And I also wanted to mention that in terms of the community, some of them use it all the time. Some of the people who've lost over 40 pounds, some of them use the community all the time, live, and some just listen. Some aren't able to make it live. They're like, I can't show up when it's a good time for you, Marna. Sorry, but they stay connected. They're like, I'm listening, Marna. I'm listening to everything you say. I'm listening. I'm sharing. Right. So they stay connected with that material, even if they aren't physically able to be there live. They keep in the conversation within the community. And then as part of that community, I know I shared this last week, they don't bright, shiny object themselves to death. They don't, they've been really focused. My clients who've lost 40 pounds or more, they've been really focused. They don't go, oh, I'm going to try paleo. I'm going to try keto. I'm going to intermittent fast. I'm going to do this. They stay focused and master this material. I cannot tell you how many people go, and I know it's boring to stay consistent. It's not as fun as bright, shiny objecting it. But you know what? This actually is what works. And I can see the results of those that are staying consistent and staying on their path and know how to work it and just keep reminding themselves that they know this material and they keep doing the work and they keep coming back when they fall. And then every single one took the 30-day challenge. So there you go. There you go. I hope this really helps you see and you to look at this information. So what do you do with this information now that I told you? Well, one, if you want to join me for the 30-day challenge, I'd love to have you. 2 is that, so I want you to look at where do you need to, and if you look at these things, are you needing to up-level your inner dialogue? Are you connected to your body when it comes to listening to hunger and satiation? Are you emotionally eating? Are you giving into your triggers? And if so, it's not about brute force. Do you need to be a little bit more compassionate and get intimate with your mind? I want you to leave this training having a clear idea of where there's a breakdown, where you could just move things forward just a smidge to see better results for yourself, to be more action oriented with either your mind, your body, or your heart. What do you need? What are you craving? What would make the biggest difference as you think about this week and this weekend? What would make the biggest difference for you to decide to do and take action on? I think there's something so cool about taking action and something so cool about stepping out of your comfort zone just a smidge that feels also doable. That's where I see the best results. It's like, what's a doable change and a doable change and a doable change and a doable change? So I want you to think about what you can do this week to start to up level and step out of your comfort zone a smidge so that you can keep losing weight, feeling better about yourself and your body. And I don't care if it's changing your inner dialogue, changing your self-talk, shifting and getting a little bit better at eating when you're hungry, if it's stepping in more to your getting more clear of what's happening intimately in your mind, or being more active in the community, whatever it is. Make the commitment to just take an action that is doable for you. And then the next piece of that is schedule it out. Don't say, oh yeah, in the next couple of days, I'd like to. Okay. If you really want to be part of the 30-day challenge, I'm serious about this. If you really want to be part of it, then put it on your calendar for tomorrow or Friday, depending on whether you've taken it or you're new. Put it on your calendar to register. If you want to start moving your body more, put it on your calendar to move 10 minutes or go for a walk. Don't leave it to be like, yeah, I just want to do more of that. Right? Like, don't just leave that to chance, because it will not work, especially in the area where we struggle. We cannot leave it to chance. You cannot leave it to chance. You will be right where you want to be. And I know that you want to change, and I know you want to transform. So make sure you schedule it in to your computer, your phone, right? Make it happen for you, okay? So that you feel good about making a change, stretching out of your comfort zone and making it happen. All right, everybody. Have an amazing, amazing day. Have an amazing week. For you Inner Circle members, I'll be connecting with you on Friday. For those of you who are new to me or new, consider taking the 30-day challenge. Get your name on the wait list, because tomorrow I send an email to those of you only who are on the wait list, ready to rock and roll. And I would love to have you. I would love to help you. And I would love to help you see the 20, 30, 40, 50 plus pounds that my clients are seeing to lose weight. So join me. I'd love to have you. All right. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.